G'day, I'm Shay from Tough Guy Bookclub. Our organisation runs 90 men's book clubs in pubs around Australia, and our goals are to get guys reading and put rowdy conversations back in the pub. We do this because we know that most men are happier when they read more, talk more, and have more friends. And why have boring conversations about the weather or sport when you can read the Count of Monte Cristo and argue with your mates about the nature of revenge? We started our club 10 years ago this month because I was going through a really rough time. I had buggered up some pretty key aspects of my life and I needed to change the way I was thinking, kind of break the rhythm. And I hadn't read much in a long time, but I knew that a good book can change the way you think, see, and feel things. So I decided we'd start a book club in the pub in Collingwood where we spent most of our time anyway. And it just kind of got out of hand. About 3 months later, we opened our second chapter, which is in Portland, Oregon. Our club reads all kinds of things, but because all 90 of our chapters read the same book at the same time each month, we put a lot of thought into what those books are going to be. Two main things about those books. Number one, that we only read fiction. Guys already read enough books about World War II and sports biographies. And number two is that we don't read good books, we read interesting books. If everyone likes a book, I've kind of failed. What we need to do is we need to have some people hate the book because that creates a good conversation at the end of the month. Thankfully, so many things worked for us over the years. Meeting people where they were by meeting in pubs, making sure that men were reading where young men could see them. Just the aspect that reading can be inherently social, the intergenerational conversations that come out of the spaces when they're in an important community third space like a pub, and 100 other things that have worked for us. But I think one of the ones that's really interesting to talk about for Tough Guy Book Club is the people we invited to come and read with us. Most weeks, I have a guy come to me and tell me that he hadn't read a book since high school before he started with Tough Guy Book Club, and now he reads all the time. And I'm not talking about young people, I'm talking about grown men, 40, 50, 60. And this shows that there's a group of people out there who knew they wanted to read more, or were able to read more, or would enjoy reading more, but we weren't finding ways to invite them. They were essentially me. So once we realized that this group was out there, we made a very definite effort to try and find them. So we started advertising in bars, MMA gyms, tattoo parlors, and all the other places where you don't expect lovers of literature to hang out. And we invited them to come and read with us. We went out of our way to find the guy that's got a neck tattoo and ask him to come and read literature with us. And what we found was that there is so many of them there and they want to be involved in something. And I think that involvement's really interesting. The idea that your grandfather was probably a member of a church, a union, the CFA, the football club, the Buffalo Club. He was involved in so many different ways with his community. But the people that we were going after to invite to come and read with us, they weren't involved in lots of different ways in our community. And we found that they wanted to be. So we made a club that is about reading, about talking, about having more friends, but also made it a community within our community that people could be involved and engaged with. And we did that by just learning the classical lesson of not judging a book by its cover and finding those who haven't been asked to read recently. Of course it is. What a stupid question. Not really. But the real question is, what is toughness? And who got to decide that reading wasn't part of it? Because I didn't get a vote. Did you?